Hello YouTube, this is The Bucket coming back at you today with a range review on the Bersa Mini Firestorm N45 ACP. This is an Argentinian-made firearm, aluminum frame, steel slide, steel barrel, 7+1 mag capacity. This is a double stack 45 ACP, thick boy. This is double action, single action, not decocker, but decocker safety model. I went ahead and I took this to the range, and unfortunately, as you could tell, the bucket's still a little under the weather, and unfortunately, my camera lady, the big baby bucket, was not available, so I do not have any shooting impression videos for you. But what I'll tell you is, 45 ACP is a stout round, for sure, and when you have a 1911, there's a lot of steel, a lot of mass, and Newton's laws of physics will tell you the more mass, the more recoil will be soaked up with that mass. 45 ACP is a stout and powerful round. You could feel it when you shot this gun. I wouldn't go as far as to say that the 45 ACP was too much. It's just that when you decide to go to an aluminum frame to reduce that weight to make it a little bit easier for conceal and carry, it's going to be a little bit less pleasant to shoot. Now, what does that mean? Well, it just means when you go to the range, when you need to be practicing with it, you're more likely to quit a little bit early. And, you know, if you're dedicated to this firearm, if you want this firearm to be your baby and you're going to take it out and practice with it, not a big deal. I will tell you that It's fat nature. It points fine. I found it coming to target really, really well. I did not like the controls. If I ran on top of the controls, I didn't feel like I had a good enough purchase. If I ran underneath it, then that jarring from the recoil would put extra strain on my thumb. I felt like it was that they tried a little too hard to make it mini. Again, this could just be that my fingers are fat, and that's my problem and not the gun's problem. I'm just telling you what I felt about it. I will tell you, it loaded easy. I didn't have any failures. Ran a couple boxes of ammo through it, and I felt that it was a reliable pistol. So if you're thinking about carrying this, I think you're fine. I just would say, you're going to need to be dedicated. If you're a 9mm shooter, you're going to need to be dedicated into training with this particular firearm. If you're a 1911 guy and you decide, I want something a little bit smaller, I want to get away from 1911, I want a decocker, I want a double action, all really good points. This grip is completely different than a 1911 grip. So again, it's going to require training, but these are not super expensive pistols if you can find them. And it could be a really good truck gun option. As far as accuracy, I saved my last 5 shots. This was at 10 yards. I had all of them in a 5-inch group. I'll be honest with you, sometimes when you go to the range, you're the cat, and sometimes you're the litter box. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't full litter box. I wasn't the cat. Let me see if I can give you another example. This is for a future video I'm doing. That was a much better group that I shot right after shooting this one, and that was with a 111-year-old Steyr Hahn. So, could getting used to shooting 45, the compact size, could that affect accuracy? Is this going to be a gun that I'm going to keep in my collection and try to master and get to shoot it as perfectly as it can be shot? That's probably not what I'm going to do with this gun, but I did want to bring it to you. If you're a lover of the Firestorm, I can see a lot of reasons why you'd love this firearm. And if you're at a gun show and you see a good price on it, I think amazing range toy, a lot of fun to play with, great to put in a truck, to have a truck gun. And if you just look at it, you say, that's my Huckleberry. There's no reason you couldn't carry this firearm and be safe. Just again, keep an eye on the training. Is it the best Bersa design? I think there's a reason they adapted this one to work on the Thunder series, and I think they did better with the Thunder series. But again, this is a cool evolutionary step for them, and the fact that it's in 45, you can get these in 40, you can get these in 9mm. I'm sure the 9mm ones, the grips are much easier to get to, and probably some of the things that I was not wild about was due in part due to the caliber. So I think it's kind of cool. You don't see a lot of Bersas in 45, so when you get an opportunity to pick one up, it's a lot of fun. If you have any questions, questions or comments, I'd love to have you put those down in the comments below. Again, share, like, subscribe. I really appreciate all my viewers, and you stay classy, YouTube. Little baby bucket, do you want to live in California?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not a compliment.